In this episode of the RetailWire podcast in partnership with AI Day, we'll be talking about how to scale retail tech while keeping the customer first. And I have with me Rasmus Melbye, COO of Customer First.
Yes, thank you.
How are you? And can you tell us a little bit about your work within this space?
Yes, I'm great, fine. I'm trying to build or have built a company that serves a lot of retailers in Denmark where we focus on technology, but our brand name Customers First is more about our customers and their customers in the retail environment. So we tend to focus on what creates value, both in terms of our customers, but also how can they create value and experiences for the customers that go into their stores to create uniqueness.
Okay. So with retail and technology advancing faster than ever, what are the key turning points where your team had to rethink operations or strategy to stay ahead?
I mean, when we looked at the market 5 years ago, we primarily looked at solving low-key things as making sure the stores have the inventory that they need on hand, that they have the replenishment system that can tell them what they need to have forecasted, but also simply just knowing the names of the customers. I mean, when we look at the market today, we are focusing more on going into like personalized shopping experiences. So knowing even more about your customers. So if you have an online presence and you have an in-store presence, how can we see the abandoned baskets that you have online and give that in the hands of the employees in the store so they can actually use this knowledge about you as a customer saying, well, we know you want this product, but you haven't bought it yet. Can we help you with anything, right?
Okay. So, from your time in retail tech, what's one product or system change that had a really great impact on customer experience?
I think it for us was realizing that you can't do customer experiences without having the inventory and the backlog of your store managed. So you need to have the data, you need to have your product fulfilled, you need to have the employee behavior on hand that you want to serve as a store, but you also need to have the setting as a store before you can go into managing customer experiences more, because that's kind of more on top of the mountain, say, you build the structure up.
Yeah.
And when you have that, and we kind of realized that, okay, when we're building our system, we need to make sure that is on par and then build on the experiences from there.
Okay. So what's a key lesson you learned about integrating physical store workflows and digital commerce platforms?
A key lesson, I mean, a lot of people don't. I think we run into a lot of problems in managing data. That if you started out with your store as one thing and then online as a separate thing, that was not integrated from the beginning.
Yeah.
If you have to do that after you started, then there is always some kind of merging of customer data and product data and all that, which is. You need to have that in control to be able to actually in-store serve them with the right information about your customers before you can create the experiences.
On that note, I just want to bring it back to AI because we are here for AI Day. So if so much is automated, and I just want to reference the recent job cut announcement from Amazon and automating and many tasks. So what's your perspective on that across the board? I mean, not specifically with Amazon, but just generally, what does that mean for the customer?
Yeah, great question. I mean, I think it depends on what type of store you are kind of representing or what you want to be. Amazon is a marketplace, right? So you go there to buy a product. It's a commodity more than it's in the in-store experience. So if Amazon can go out and save some work hours in terms of just using AI to answer simple questions, that would be fine, I guess. But if you are in a store where you want to create a personalized experience, I think AI is not there to save on employer time. It's more to help them gain more knowledge and recommendations or linking products together that you wouldn't think of.
Yeah. And then going on to the physical store side of things, and the physical store does have to do more now to keep up because there's, shoppers want to shop online because it's easier, more convenient, more efficient. So where do you see the physical store being reshaped in the future? What does that look like?
Yeah, it's a great question. I mean, there's a lot of, depending on what type of store you are. I mean, we have a lot of fashion stores and we tend to look online and then we still see people go down in stores. to actually feel out the products, but they also go down in stores with their partner, with their friends, to actually just gain an experience of doing something. And I don't think in-store experiences are going to go away. I mean, we've been wearing clothes for the last 200,000 years or something like that, right? So online is a precursor for being a modern store. I mean, if you don't have an online presence, you would miss out on the whole Gen Z. Gen Z are kind of looking online, going in stores, buying online, looking in stores, both back and forth, right? The older generation, millennials, I guess now, are what we see in our customers have a tendency to go to the store where they know the people working there. So they know Brits are behind the desk, they know Jan who helps them last time. And that's where our product comes in and kind of helps those stores manage that even better.
So how does it help manage?
So I mean, we know all the information about if you are, let's say you have a loyalty club or a membership where you can join in, then whenever you purchase anything online or in store, we know what you tend to use of sizes, what colors do you use, what shoes do you prefer. We can serve that information directly to the people in the store so they can kind of know you before you even walk in, basically.
So my question is, if so much decision making is done for you, where does that leave the customer in terms of their autonomy and their ability to feel like they actually made a decision that is right for them, if they're being directed or manipulated, I suppose? Wrong word to use, but you know what I mean.
I mean, stores are there for also, it's part passion, it's a part business, right? So, I mean, the people who open the store are probably passionate about products and doing that part, but they're also part of a kind of business. And I think a lot of these tools helps them do both. I mean, reduce administration, but being able to fulfill your passion. And when you come in as a shopper in the store, you want to feel the passion from the employees. We talked about Shaping New Tomorrow, a brand in Denmark, who kind of creates an in-store experience where you go in and you can sit down, read a magazine. If you're in there with friends, they can sit down and have a beer while you try out some clothes. The people they employ, like the behavior of the employees, are more like upbeat, so they will tend to recommend you, saying, hey, try this, it will look good to your fit, and we recommend this. And I don't feel like they push it on you. You still feel like, okay, it's helping me maybe redefine my thoughts of my style, which
it's like having a personal shopper, I suppose.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. So looking ahead, what would be your one piece of advice for any retailer right now to stay ahead?
I mean, if you're a retailer that hasn't digitized in the terms of making sure your backbone data and as product data, you know your customers and all that. If you're not at that level, that you should go there, because the Gen Z is, people are getting older now, they're 29, 30. They're the ones with buying power going forward, and they kind of tend to affect the other generations as well. They affect their parents. So you kind of need to be on par on what their requirements are. If you want to create good customer experiences, a good experience is based on what's the expectation I'm going into, and did I get that expectation fulfilled? And the fulfillment level that a store needs to be on is always moving. So Gen Z has another expectation. You expect them to have an online shop. Maybe they have presence on TikTok or Instagram. You expect them to have inventory shown online that you can find in the store. So if they go down into a store and you don't have this, then you won't create any good experiences, because the expectations are not met, I guess. So you need to kind of look at what segment are we selling to and where are we in terms of our presence, physical, employer behavior, digitization, and then move that up.
Brilliant. Thank you, Rasmus, for joining us.
Thank you.
For the insights.